like to ask you, first of all, what do you understand by a mental model?
Imagine you've got a map of the world, or a map of anything that you're trying to do. So an example that's quite often used is a map of a restaurant. So if I go to a country that I've never been to before, I don't speak the language, and I want to get something to eat, I can go to a restaurant and I'll stand, someone's going to sort of wave at me and say, sit over here. Maybe they'll bring me a menu, or maybe they'll just show me, or maybe I just have to guess. They're going to bring me some food. At the end, they're going to want some money. And so then my mental model allows me to know what to do, even when I don't know what to do, if you like. And that's a really simple, concrete example, but we have a mental model for everything that we do. I have a mental model when I get my son out of bed in the morning of what should be happening and what should not be happening. And so for a teacher, you have a mental model of how your lesson should run. And your mental model is going to guide the steps you're going to take, going to guide what you expect, it's going to guide where you look, it's going to guide how you react. So maybe I have a mental model where I expect when I'm speaking, every student's going to listen, sit quietly and listen. And I expect that students are going to ask me difficult questions. And I also have a mental model of how to arrive at that. So I know if no one's asking questions, I have some strategies that I can reach for, like, oh, I expect people to ask questions. They're not asking questions. Maybe they're feeling a bit intimidated by the material. Maybe I'll give them 1 minute to discuss. So the mental model, I guess, is interacting with your actions and with reality the whole time. But it's guiding what you expect and what you do.
In that way, Harry, what do you think is the importance of developing a good mental model or in future teachers?
Let me give you a really concrete example. I think it was the close of my first year teaching, I went to visit a school. It was a new, the equivalent of like a charter school in London. And they did this crazy thing that I'd never seen before, where when the students came in, there was some work already on the desk, and the students had to sit down and get started straight away. And I had never seen this done. It never occurred to me. I never read about it. And so I went back into my school. I was like, oh my God, instead of waiting 5 minutes while everyone comes in, puts their coats, puts their bags, we could start work immediately. And so I came back. The students must have thought I was crazy because we were like 2 weeks before the end of the school year. And I came back and I said, right, from today, this is what we're going to do. So unless and until you've seen how things can be done, you can't know what you could do. I was teaching in an inefficient or an ineffective way because I didn't know what was possible. And so I think for a teacher training provider, the job is very important to provide one or maybe several different, or to support teachers to build mental models of what's possible, and then of what actions make that happen. So if you want students, the mental model maybe says, okay, we could get everyone starting immediately, and to do that you need to provide like a simple, clear task which is on the board or is in front of students straight away, and that's the only way it's sort of going to work out. Which possibility the deliberate practice gives to our students to developing mental models? Yeah, so the mental model could guide the practice. So maybe I'm going to show you a video and then we're going to try and practice like it. So in that sense, I built the model and you're going to try and practice to meet the model. But also deliberate practice builds your mental model because it helps you to see what's possible and helps you to feel, well, what are the things that I would need to do in order to achieve this? So I'm trying to get a student to do some work, but in a very calm and encouraging way. My practice, hopefully, will allow me to test, or if I make my voice like this, it's a little bit too tense. And if I make my voice like this, it's a little bit too retiring, too shy. And so I need some tone that's both encouraging and firm. So yeah, they interact.